Hello everyone, this is animefanrk2k here with a let's play of Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. When we last left off, we were here, and so we're going to continue. Ran up the stairs and made it into the classroom just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
John.
Thank you so much for showing me to class, John. Oops.
See you later.
No problem, see you around. He waved and disappeared into the wriggling mass of students. I glanced around the room looking for an empty seat.
Hana!
And good old Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Of course, Mai's eyes widened, and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me. You're feeling smug, but you got lost on the way to class. Come on. Come on, Hana. Mai emitted a highly pressurized squeal. JonTron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything. She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me to an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. The protagonist chair, right? I saved you a seat! I slid in and took off my backpack, hooking it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up well. Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough? Wait, what? These are very important questions I am asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky, or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? All the relevant questions for my... Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears. It's probably the teacher, right?
Class?
Miss Shizuka. I'm gonna assume teacher because it's Miss Shizuka. Good morning, class. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of students back from break. Fortunately, you get me reading her line, so I'm not sure how melodious it actually sounds. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away. I'm your teacher, Shizuka Wakahisa. You may call me Miss Shizuka. Emphasis on the miss. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs. wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. Who could it be? A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope, there was the fear again. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. Why can't you just introduce yourself from your chair or desk? Oh well. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. There was John, sitting with two other boys wearing normal Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait, he was PBG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Boots Club? That's, I'm assuming, right here. He's the tallest. Suddenly, all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? Or maybe you're just overly negative, Hana, and you need to get over that. I mean, come on. You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob. You moved from Amarisu, right? Amarisu. There's a double Riri in there. Amarisu, right? I nodded and swallowed again. Then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. It's like, ah! I don't see the thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation? She nailed this intro.
I've just moved here. My name is Hana. I transferred from Ameririsu Public High School. I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
Fully voice acted right there. Yay! Bowed my head to class and they clapped politely. When I looked at PBG, wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Maybe he always looked like that. Thank you, you may be seated. It's possible, I guess, right? I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. I always loved those, the itinerary of the class. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PBG again. What's this fascination? Huh, Hana? Hana, are you telling me something? I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. What was his problem? I don't know. It's like he's one of the many love interests in Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club, Hana. You have to get with the program. Class continued on like that until the bell rang and it was time for lunch. Yeah. Mai stretched her arms over her head and yawned. Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring. Weren't you looking forward to it this morning? Something about exciting things happening? Well, yeah, but it already did. You met JonTron, didn't you? Why, dude? Are you living vicariously through Hana? Come on. Now I've got nothing left to look forward to. Sorry I keep touching my scroller wheel. It actually scrolls through the dialogue pretty quick like that. Like, oh shoot. Oh good, I could reset too if I mess up like that too. Yay! She sighed. And I was hoping to see Jared before class too. She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. Seemed like this would be happening a lot. Aw. Is Jared really that hot? Oh snap. Oh snap. She's getting... Oh, look at that look in her eyes. Mai's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing. What did you say? If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen. What kind of superpower is that? Hi, I'm Pro Jared. If you stare at my nose too long... I mean, if you stare at my face too long, your nose will melt off.
What?
What? That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry. Wait, she just brushed it off too. It's like, oh okay. You know. Didn't she say Normal Boots Club has like some cult ritual to get into? I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout class, but I worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, it might do some permanent damage to it. I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put something in my locker first. But if we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns. Oh. That's okay, I'll just go on ahead. Come find me, okay? Alright. You really are, Hana. You really are lucky to have her as a roommate. Mai is pretty awesome. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and emptied out some of the textbooks I didn't need. I smiled to myself. My introduction went well. Good thing Mai was there to give me that little boost of confidence. Especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria. It might just be the way that he was. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. Some awesome beats. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. Where is she? I couldn't see her anywhere, and there were almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food, and splitting the costs for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious and very alone. Isn't there anywhere I can sit? Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it. I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Hidden Block Club. That's what it says right there. Well, no wonder. He was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room. Well, Hana, I wouldn't know. I didn't see him. I saw distinctly 4 people in your class so far, excluding yourself. And he was wearing a jacket just like the normal Boots clubs, but different. Yeah, you know, different colors, different patch logo. Golden gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club? Or maybe he was friends with them.
Hey!
Hey, what?
Hana!
Oh, Mai. Mai appeared between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. Oh. Looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on. She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong?
Well...
You're so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is Brutal Moose. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club. The Hidden Block Club? Yeah, the rival club of normal Boots. He's really weird. I mean, she looked around her to make sure no one was listening, and we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. The dreaded Comic Sans speech. Whoa. Wait, this is like a thing? It's like, whoa. Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him. Especially since you've already gotten to know some of the normal Boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today.
Uh-huh.
Haha, yeah, right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you.
Really?
Is that what you thought it was? Either Mai was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, a little bit of column. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, totally. It was so cute. Just like my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together. It's quite the manga. I want to read that one too. I don't think that's going to happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be fighting aliens in this visual novel. So now that you're in good with PBG, can you introduce me to Jared? Oh, was that what she's getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal Boots guys? That couldn't be the case though. She was so nice. I'm pretty sure that's not Hana. I'm pretty sure she's just really into Jared, and you're actually getting in with the normal Boots guys on your own. Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What?
What? Why would you think that?
Well...
He was glaring at me. Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle. Wait, a triangle now? This song is awesome. It's like, you know that conversation is not in the right. I can see it. Stars practically erupted from her eyes. PBG, I can't. But Hana, I love you.
PBG.
But my maidenhood. Where are you going with this? You guys are best friends already. I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair. Oh, that's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still, I searched my mind, eager to change the subject. But that smug look like, I gotcha. That was an impressive scenario. What? No, it wasn't. Just made it up on the spot. I laughed nervously. Oh, so that girl was talking to me when we got separated? I told the story of her past friendship with this girl like they were eternal arch nemesis. Apparently they had some bad blood, and she successfully changed the topic. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up and tossed our trays together. As I headed towards the door, though, Mai hesitated. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. Just going to go get it. I'll see you later though, right?
See you later.
Okay, see you in class. I waved and Mai sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. At least you know where it is, right? Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch and eating lunch on the lawn. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. Don't worry, you'll have friends too, Hana. You just have to keep at it. I smiled. Maybe this new school really would be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital. With a lot more lockers, probably, yeah. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. There was nothing to do. I didn't even have a book to read. I sighed. I should have brought it when I had the chance. No, Hana. You're supposed to be more outgoing. You have to change yourself. Wisdom and advice. I think we were over this already, too. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. A boy sat on the windowsill, and he jerked up when I came in. He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell what he was. Except the fact that he has a normal boots jacket on, and that I can see the patch, and that this might not actually make sense for a silhouette. Like, how did it completely darken his face specifically like this? It's a pretty well-lit classroom. But those are questions for someone else, not for me. Hello, I'm sorry. Did I bother you? The boy stood and shook his head, then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another Normal Boots jacket? This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boots Club. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Shane sat down at his desk, fidgeted with his hands a little, and then turned to look at me. You're the new girl? Yep, pink hair and everything. I nodded. My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you. He nodded. Shane. I'm not sure if it's Shane or I should call him, but I'm assuming it's Shane. Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This was my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it. I mean, it sounds like I have ulterior motives there, Hana, but, I guess some change will be beneficial initially. Sat down at my desk, fiddling with my hands. There was nothing for it. I had to try to make conversation. You popular. Good. Befriend? Shane looked at me, unsmiling. You're part of the Normal Boots Club. Yes, I am. Why? He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me. Oh, I just saw your jacket, so. I trailed off. The jackets are really cool.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Yes, these jackets are awesome. But, no excitement. Yes. Silence again. He seemed skeptical. blah 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 blah. He seemed like a word I couldn't say originally. He seemed skeptical, as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile. Hey, maybe we'll fight aliens after all. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious. Surely he wasn't onto me already. Dun 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 dun. Maybe it was better not to risk it? No, you try talking at least. So you play games then? Shane looked over at me. I've always been interested in video games, but I didn't get to play them much growing up. They're really expensive and my dad couldn't afford them, but I used to go over to my friend's house to play there. Shane didn't respond. Now what? I was out of stuff to say. What did you play?
What?
What? Oh. Mario Kart. Not to be confused with an actual game. Mario Kart. We go into battle mode on the triple deck. He would drive around by himself on the top level, and I tried to booby trap the lowest level. There's a good spot next to the ramp. I'd wait there until my mom came racing down the ramp to find me, then smash her with a red shell. Shane's angry stare faded. He was smiling. Sort of. Made the whole room seem 10 shades brighter. Or maybe I was more relaxed. Your mom must have been mad. She was, but she always let me do it. Probably on purpose. Did your mom... A door slid open. Mimi and her friends, a couple of chattering girls, entered the classroom. They stopped and stared from me to Shane. It was clear they thought they were interrupting something, even though we were sitting on opposite ends of the room. Sorry. No, it's fine. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy they caught me talking to the Shane of the Normal Boots Club. The girls went to their desks and sat down. What were you... Shane was staring at me again, an odd, hurt look on his face. I immediately felt like I was caught doing something I wasn't supposed to do. Did you know what I was trying to do? But I mean, it wasn't like I didn't want to talk to him. He was an interesting guy. It's not like I only talked to him because he was in Normal Boots. But he turned, pulled out a notebook and some pens, and scribbled away, thoroughly ignoring me. The air was stuffy. I tugged at the collar of my shirt, sweating. The girls kept looking at me over their shoulders, as if they expected something. I smiled hesitantly at them. They smiled back, then started a conversation amongst themselves. The atmosphere was broken. I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these Normal Boots guys? It's like they're all quirky video game characters or personas, you know? John was really nice when I spoke with him, but PBG and Shane seemed to hate me. They were anything but normal. That's funny. I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Mai, where are you? Well, it's the end of the day. She's alone. We got some awesome music to go with it, but gotta cut it off here. Things are heating up on the first day of classes. Kind of. Maybe. I'm not sure. But hey, I'm still enjoying it. And, you know, I know I'm spacing the episodes out like a month in between them. And, you know, it's because I'm just kind of taking it easy with this one. I like visual novels. I like kind of immersing myself. You know, just taking like a little bit of time to do it. And, it does require me to actually read a lot, so that's also a thing. Anyway, this is animefanrk2k. Thank you very much for watching.